Hi guys, this is Sri. So today I'm going to explain about the MySQL Binlog filtering. Okay. So for example, you can use this also for the replication, but it is not recommended to use the using the replication. What I mean is, for example, if you give the bin, we have two options. One is the binlog-do-db, and the next one is the binlog-ignore-db. Okay. So if you give some databases in the binlog-ignore-db, then the rights for that particular databases will not be written in the binlog. Okay, so here you are missing the binlog backups. Okay, so in case if you want to do the PIT or point in time recovery, you need the binlog, right? You need the events in the binlog, right? So if you enable the binlog do db or ignore db, then you are just writing some particular databases only in the bin logs, and you are skipping something in the bin log. So in that case, if you want to recover some data from the bin log, then you will not have the bin log events for that particular databases. What are the databases are ignored? Those for those databases, you will not have the events in the bin log. So you are missing the bin log backup. So I would not recommend to have this bin log filtering. If you want to do some replication filter, then you can go with the replication, I mean the slave side filter. You have the different options like replicate do db, replicate do table, replicate ignore db, replicate ignore table, while do table. So you have different options in the replication side, I mean the slave side. I would recommend to go with that. Okay, but the purpose of this video is you should be aware of these two options. You can use these two options to filter the databases based on the databases from the master side. Okay, you can tell the MySQL D to what the events to write in the binlog and what the events to be skipped in the binlog, that you can recommend. Okay, still there is some difference in the logging. If you have the binlog format equal to row, then it will follow the different approach. And if you have the binlog format equal to statement, then the approach is different. Okay, so you have the different approach for this both binlog format. Okay, so hopefully when we can go with the demo, so it would be better to understand. Okay, fine. So I use the Percona server 8.0.27. So here, I have two databases. I mean, apart from the default databases, I have two databases. One is the health, and the next one is the Sri. Okay, so inside the health, I have the table, which is health plus 7 Sri. Select store from plus 7 Sri. I don't have any record. Show create table plus 7 Sri. And I have only one column, which is the ID. Okay, so similarly under this tree, I have only one table, and which is a plus 7, plus 7. I don't have any record. Show create table plus 7, and here also I have only one column, which is ID. Okay, fine. So now what I want to do, so as I told, I have two schemas. One is the health, and the next one is the Sri. Now I just first we can see about the binlog-do-db. Okay, how it is working. The binlog-do-db, how it is working. So I am just going to enable the binlog-do-db in the my.cnf, and I need to restart the MySQL service. Okay, for the replication filters, slave side filters, you can do online. You can do it on online. You don't need the MySQL restart. From MySQL 5.7, you can do it on the online. Okay, but from if you want to do some filtering based on the binlog, I mean, if you want to enable these two options, binlog-do-db or binlog-ignore-db, then you need the MySQL restart. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to enable the binlog-do-db with help. I just want to only write the help database events in the binlog. Okay. So let's do that. Opening the my.cnf file. So here you can see the binlog-do-db equal to help. Okay, so you should be add this variable under the MySQL D group. Okay, this is the MySQL D option. So you should be add this variable under the MySQL D group. Okay, so now we have this variable. I am just restarting the MySQL service. Mm, okay, it is still happening. Okay, so my MySQL service got restarted, and after the restart, I'm just checking the show master status. Here you can see binlog-do-db and binlog-ignore-db, two columns. Okay, so here you can see the value. So for as per my current configuration, I enabled binlog-do-db equal to help. So binlog-do-db equal to help means, which means whatever events are happening for the help database, that will be written in the binlog. The remaining events will be skipped. Okay, apart from help, for the other database events will be skipped. Okay, so let's let's check this. So first we can check for the binlog format row. Okay, select at that binlog format. My binlog format is row now. Here you can see I have the default that binlog format is row, and I have the binlog-do-db help. Okay, fine. So this is the binlog. Let's open one more session here. So here we can do the decode the binlog and verify the results. Okay, side by side. So here, this is my latest binlog 30. MySQL binlog 30. Okay, so if I decode, now I don't have any events here. Okay, now let's do this testing. So first thing, I'm using this database help. Okay, so here we have the table help class 7 So now I am going to insert one row. Insert into help class 7 values 1. Okay, I just inserted. Now I am going to decode the binlog and verify the statement. I decode the binlog and I have the row-based binlog format. So if when I see this, I can see the insert statement here. Insert into help class 7 and at the rate 1 means the first column, which is id equal to 1. So the event is written. Okay, so we have our current configuration binlog-do-db equal to help. So I just made the insert for the help database, and the insert is also written in the binlog, so it is working. So now I am going to do the same insert on the Sri database, the other one. Okay, use Sri, insert into Hercules 7 values 1. Okay, I performed one insert for the Sri database. Let's verify this statement is written or not. Okay, fine. So here, if I see here, the event is not written. Okay, you can see this is the final event, which is for the Hercules 7 and id equal to 1. That is the final insert happened. The insert for the Sri database is ignored. Okay, this insert is not written in the binary log because that is our configuration, right? Binlog-do-db. We configured the MySQL D to write only the the help events in the binlog. Other events will be skipped. So this is the row-based format. This is working as expected. Okay, now we can do the different things. For example, I am using Sri database. Okay, I'm just using the Sri database, and I am making the insert into her dot Hercules 7th Street values 2. Okay, so just focus on this. What I'm doing is, because this part will be different for the row based and the statement based. Okay, now understand the row based statement, then later we will see how the behavior will be happen for the statement based. Okay, so what I did here is I just used Sri database, use Sri, and I made the insert to help.hercules servers. Okay, so I made the insert for the help database only, but at the header, first I just given the use Sri. Okay, so but I am inserting only the help database only, help.hercules servers. Okay, now let's see the binlog, decode the binlog and see. Okay, so here the event is written. Okay, help dot Hercules 7 and at the rate ID equal to 1 means first column, which is ID equal to 2. Okay, so this is what we did. Help dot Hercules 7 and value which is 2. Okay, so this is also happening. So whatever I am doing for that help database is being written. Now, one more scenario. Use help insert into Sri dot Hercules 7 values. I'm just making 3. Okay, so what I did, I just even use help, but I am inserting for Sri dot Hercules 7. But in the header, I just used help database, but I am doing the insert into Sri dot Hercules 7. Okay, now let's see the binlog event. I am just decoding the binlog again, and I am seeing the insert is not happened. Okay, so here if you see that I made for Sri.Hercules 7 value is 3, but if you see here the last event is for the Hercules 7 and which is ID is equal to ID is 2. So this is also not happened. So now one more thing, we can do the combine update. For both table we can do in one statement, and we can see, for example, here update her dot Hercules 7 and Sri dot Hercules 7 set her dot uh, 7 her dot Hercules 7 Sri dot ID equal to 10 and Sri dot Hercules 7 ID equal to 10, and see what is going to happen. Okay, so I'm just going to execute this update. So okay, duplicate entry. Let me change the value. I'm just making it 100. Let me see what is the problem. Her mm, okay, so we have 2 rows. So when I am trying to update for both rows, it is giving the problem. So let me update add one backlash equal to 1 and So what was the problem before is I'm just trying to update with 100 without where class. Okay. So in that table, I have two rows, which is 1 and 2. So for both rows, it is trying to update 100. But the ID is the primary key column. Okay. So it will not allow the duplicate, right? Because when this update happens, both rows will be 100 and 100. Okay. But ID is the primary column. So here you can see this ID is a primary column, so it will not allow the duplicate entry. So that is what we had the error. So what I did is I just added one where class with Sri Hercules 7 ID equal to 1 and Hercules 7 Sri ID equal to 1. So what happens? Just this one row will be updated. Okay, fine. So now let's see the result. Uh, so here the update is happened. I just made it 10. 10. So here the value is changed. Okay, this one value is changed and select store from Sri dot Hercules 7. Here also one value changed. Okay, so here you can see two rows are affected, matched two rows and changed also two rows. So now what we did, we did run one update query and which was updated two tables. Okay, both tables Hercules 7 Sri and Sri dot Hercules 7. Okay, now let's see how the binlog is happening, because as per our current configuration, binlog-do-db is only the herc database, right? But here in the single statement, we made update for both the tables. So now let's see how the binlog is happening. I mean, binlog write is happening. So here you can see the update query, what we did. So here, if you see the update Hercules 7 Sri, where ID equal to 1, set ID equal to 10. Okay. So still what happened? It will write only the, we did the update for both the tables, Hercules 7 Sri and Hercules 7. But even we have the binlog-do-db configuration only for herc, right? Show master status. So here we have the binlog-do-db configuration only for the herc database. So what happens? The binlog events are filtered and it is only written the events for herc database, herc.hercules 7. The update for the another one, Sri.Hercules 7 is skipped. It is not written in the binlog. So what? So we did different scenarios with the row-based format. So whatever we did, it is when we have the binlog format equal to row, it will just write only the database which is in the filter. Okay. So row means logging is restricted to the database. Okay. Other databases events will not be written. So whatever database you have in the configuration, that database only write in the binlog. Now let's do the same test on the statement based. Okay. So set global binlog format equal to statement. I'm just exit and reconnecting. Select at binlog format, now which is changed to statement, and show master status. And here you can see this is the binlog which is 30 and the binlog-do-db also here. Now we can do the same experiment, whatever we did for row, and we can do the same experiment for the statement as well, and we can see the difference. Okay, how the statement is working. Fine. So first I am doing for the, I'm just using the herc database. My binlog-do-db is herc. Okay, I'm just using the herc database and I'm inserting one value, insert into Hercules 7 Sri, where values 101. Okay, so the insert is happened. Now I am decoding the binlog and I am seeing, okay, my insert is there in the statement format. Insert into Hercules 7 Sri, value 101. It is there. Now I am going to use Sri database, use Sri and insert into Hercules 7 values 102. Here I am doing 102. This is for the Sri database. Use Sri. Okay. Now let's see. I'm decoding the binlog and I'm checking. It is not written. Okay. I can see only the Hercules 7 Sri value is 101. That is a final value. The insert for the Sri database is not written in the binlog. So that is our configuration because the binlog-do-db is here. So only the event for the here will be written. Okay, now the Sri is skipped. This is fine. Now we can do the other experiment. Use here. Okay, I'm now using the here insert into Sri dot Hercules 7 values 103. Okay, so what I'm doing, I just used the herc database, use herc, but I am making the insert for Sri.hercules 7. Okay, now let's see what is happening. The insert is happened for the Sri.hercules 7, and I'm decoding the binlog. And if I see the binlog, I can see the statement insert into Sri.Hercules 7 values 103. Okay, but as per our configuration, binlog-do-db is herc, right? But we made the insert for the Sri database, Sri.Hercules 7. It is also written in the binary log. Okay, so what happened is when you have the statement binlog format, what happens? It will just check the default database. I mean, what are the database you are using? Okay, it is use herc. Okay, use herc, and herc is the our current database, which is binlog-do-db. We have this, and under this use herc database, whatever statements you are executing, those all the statements will be written in the binlog. This is the difference between statement and row. If you have the row, it will sense and it will restricted to the database only. Okay, but if you have the statement, whatever statements you are doing under the default database, all the statements will be written in the binlog. So for in simple way, herc is the binlog-do-db configuration. So I executed use herc. So under this use herc, whatever statements I am doing, those all the statements will be written in the binlog. So I made one more insert. So that is also for the Sri Hercules 7, and the value is 104. And if I see the binlog, when I decode the binlog, I can also see the same insert again. Insert into Sri.Hercules 7 value is 104. But the Sri is the different database, but still I am executing under the use herc. Herc is the binlog-do-db. That is the configuration we have. So that will also being written in the binlog. Okay, so fine. So now one more scenario. Use Sri. Okay, now I executed use Sri and I am making the insert into herc.Hercules 7 Sri values 105. Okay, so now what I did, I used the Sri database, but I am making the insert for herc database only, herc.Hercules 7 Sri. Herc is the binlog-do-db configuration. So it should be written in the binlog, right? If you have the row-based format, it should be written in the binlog. Now let's decode the binlog and see the result here. If you see, insert into Sri.Hercules 7 is the last statement, which is 104. 104 is this one, and this is not written in the binlog. Okay, I made the insert for the herc database only, but it is not written because why it is not written in the binlog is I made use Sri. That is a default database. When we have the statement based binlog format, it will just check the default database, which is use Sri. Sri is not in our binlog-do-db configuration. Okay, so under this, whatever statements I will execute, those statements will be ignored. Okay, So this is how the statement-based replication, statement-based binary logging, if we have the binlog filtering. And we can also do the next one, the combine, I mean the update for both the tables. Okay, we can also do this and we can see, for example, set, yeah. So I'm just executing this update for the to update both the tables. Okay, so 1001 I'm just making update help Hercules 7 Sri Hercules 7 set Hercules 7 Sri id is 1001, Hercules 7 id is also the 1001, which is Sri database, and this is for Herc database, and where Sri Hercules 7 id is 10 and Herc Hercules 7 Sri id is 10. Okay, so we have the values, so I'm just updating only one value. Okay, let's see what is happening. So now I just executed this query and two rows matched and the two rows also changed. Select star from Herc dot Hercules 7 Sri. The update is happened. Sri dot Hercules 7. Here also update happened. Here also update happened. Now let's see the binlog. Let's decode the binlog and see the option. So if I see here, I can see the last event, which is inset, that is for 104. This update is not written in the binlog. Okay, why the update is not written in the binlog? Because I executed this update statement under the use Sri database. Sri is the default database and Sri is not the binlog-do-db configuration. Binlog-do-db configuration is Herc. Okay, I executed this update query. The update is updating both the tables from both the database, Sri and Herc, both the database. But I executed this update query under this use Sri statement. Okay, so this update is skipped and it is not written in the binlog. But when we see for the row-based logging, we just had that particular Herc database update in the binlog statement, right? But here I am just executing this update under this use Sri. Sri is not the binlog-do-db configuration, so the update is just skipped. Now let's do the same update with use Herc. Okay, let's do the same update with the Herc, where 1001. So we updated the value, right? So I'm just changing the update query here to 11. Okay, so let's do this. Now we are doing under the use Herc, and I am executing this update. Two rows matched and change it to two rows, and select star from Herc dot Hercules 7 Sri. I can see the change here. The row is changed, and similarly, I'm checking for the Sri database as well. Here also the rows changed. Now let's decode the binlog and see how it is written. Okay. Okay. So now if you see, I can see the update statement, which is the complete. What I executed, the complete update statement is written in the binlog. There is no such filter. I mean, for the same update statement for the row-based logging, we just had the events for only the Herc database. Okay, it ignored the Sri database. But here, whatever update I executed, the complete statement is written in the binlog, and this update will be happen if it is replicated to your slave. The update will be happen for the both the database, for the Sri Sri.Hercules 7 and Hercules 7 Sri. For both the tables, it will happen. Okay, so this is the difference, how it is working for the statement and the row-based binary logging. The same way will happen for the binlog-ignore-db as well. Okay, the same way for the row and the statement, it will happen. But here just it will ignore the db instead of do db. Here just we are ignoring the db. Okay, but the concept is the same thing. So this is what I just wanted to share with you. Again, using the binlog filter that I would not recommend, because you will be missing the binlog backup for those filtered databases. Okay, so your point in time recovery, that is not possible. So I would not recommend to have the binlog filtering. If you want to filter the replication for some tables or database, then you can use the replication side filters. Replicate do DB, replicate ignore DB, replicate do table, ignore table, wildcard. You have few options, and you can also effectively do it on online. So all the things you can do from the slave side itself. Okay, if you want, if you are looking some replication filter, then I would definitely recommend to go with the replication slave side filter. Okay, so this is just awareness video how this binlog-do-db and the ignore-db is working with the different statement and the row-based format. So again, if you have some questions or doubts, concerns, please reach me directly or just comment under the video. We'll take a look and give the feedback. If you have some feedback about channel and video, please let me know. And if you like this video, please share this with your friends and subscribe my channel for more MySQL related videos. Thank you, guys.